From the beginning of time, man has always had a pursuit of the best quality of life possible. That quality of life is not possible without resources. The form of resources we have accumulated has changed over time from cowrie shells, state-controlled money, precious metals, real estate, and stocks and bonds. Over the past 100 years, the world has been dominated by the US dollar and its reserves. But everything that has a beginning also has an end. A new financial revolution is upon us with the emergence of a digital economy. The way we earn, spend, and accumulate resources is fundamentally changing. A new asset has appeared that the wealthy have overlooked. Bitcoin has become the best performing asset of the past decade by far. With only 21 million ever in existence, there are more millionaires and billionaires in the world today than there are Bitcoin. Just by holding 0.25 Bitcoin today will put you in the top 1% asset holders in the world in the next 5 to 10 years. If you would have invested $100,000 in Bitcoin in 2013, today it will be worth more than $15 million. Bitcoin billionaire Raoul Pal says, Bitcoin's performance is so dominant and so all-encompassing that it is going to suck in every single asset narrative dry and spit it out. Never before in my career have I seen a trade so dominant that holding any other assets makes almost no sense. This is not an industry you can afford to ignore. If you want to remain in business, then you must adapt. Are you offering services in Bitcoin? Are you accepting payments with digital currencies? Have you adopted blockchain technology? Blockbuster Video at one point was the most dominant video service in the world. They had the opportunity to be part of Netflix, but they ignored the changing technology. Where is Blockbuster today? Where will you be tomorrow? All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk Saturday morning. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, share my opinion, give suggestions for entertainment and educational purposes only. And it is up to you to make your own informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. So welcome, everybody. This is Saturday. So this crypto talk we do for everybody. It's not just for the inner circle. Gives you guys a chance to take an inside look at what our ILCA community gets access to on a daily basis. So far I see Facebook user, great day from Cleveland, Van Hairston, New Jersey, Carol Anderson watching from Trinidad and Tobago. All right, welcome, Carol. Diane Sellers Williamson, good morning from Cali, my home. Teresa Carlson, Sue Williams from Utah, Jersey Mike, you just got out of Facebook jail, welcome back. Dorothy Mays from Tampa, Florida, Patty Geis, Southern California, Diane Nelson from San Diego, Lisa Ragsdale from Maryland, Joyce Easley from South Carolina, Janelle Appling from Colorado, Nathan Hansberger, Nate from Las Vegas, Provis Lofties, Corpus Christi, Texas, Brian Matthew, Dominica, Facebook user, good morning from Cancun, Sharita Monroe Hill, Nashville, Tennessee, Raisha from Indy. Raisha is an individual who has known me for 24 years. Yeah, since 1998, 99. We were in the same company together in the very beginning. ACN. Laura Coleman Brown from Maryland. Dagmar, good morning. Melissa from the UK. Facebook user from Chicago. Mr. Day 5, Herschel Crow from Texas. Adolph Hayes from Virginia. Jeremy from Savannah. Gina Muhammad, Philadelphia. Alvin from Las Vegas. Hey, got a lot of people from Vegas showing up today. Richard said, decades. You knew me when I had hair, huh? I had hair and I was skin and bones. Let's see. Facebook user from Dominica. Thanks for all the love, ILCA family. Absolutely. Sandra Hall from Maryland. Sandra's listening on YouTube. And by the way, we are streaming everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So today we're going to have a specific topic. We're going to be talking about the Ethereum merge and what it means and what type of impact can it have on the future. I think it's probably the largest technological update in crypto's history. Why do people flag? Someone's flagging your comments, Patty. You didn't even say nothing. You just said happy morning. Well, one thing, Patty, when I do a public live like this, there's a lot of people that's watching that there's some scammers, so be very careful, guys. I will not go in your inbox asking you for money. I will not talk about some type of a Bitcoin or Ethereum drop. Send or put any crypto addresses out there. There are also a lot of people who don't like me and will hop on and try to cause a disturbance. So just be aware of that. All right, so we're going to talk about the Ethereum merge. First, let's look and see what's going on in the crypto markets themselves. So let me share screen. Oops, here we go. So let's take a look at what's going on in the crypto markets today. Let's refresh that. I'm getting alerts from other gurus on YouTube talking about sell, sell, sell. They think that the market's about to have a tremendous drop. I need to look and see what's going on geopolitically. Also, Sunday evening, the Asian markets wake up, what the Dow was doing in the world financial markets. So it came back up. The crypto market cap is above $1 trillion. It was below that for the last 24 hours. Carol, I try to ignore the trolls, but they come after you guys. One of our members gave them $2,000, thinking it was me. Always double check with me first. Don't never just send money. I don't ask for money. Bitcoin dominance is at 37.8%. Ethereum is at 17.2%. Exchanges 574. Coins 12,917. Let's see. Bitcoin is still below 20,000 though, 19,900, but it's up 1.1% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum is below 1,500, down 16% on the week. I wonder how long this trend is going to continue. So we can find out when is it going to be a good buying opportunity. BNB is up almost 1%. Ripple, whoa. What the what? Was there some Ripple news in the last 24 hours? Why did it jump up 12.5% when everybody else went down? That's interesting. Cardano's up 4.5%. Solana 2.6%. You know what? I forgot we do this every Saturday publicly, so we got to look at week to week. All right, so over the past week, since last time we came together, Bitcoin is down 6.8, Ethereum 16.2, BNB 5.4, Ripple's up 4.7. So look at that outlier right there. All red, but Ripple had a positive week. That's interesting. Let's see the best performers over the last 7 days. Evmos is up 19.4%. Celsius Network up 15.1. Ripple's up 4.7. Chiliz, Quant, Chainlink. So that's about it. Worst performers over the past week. Don't pay any attention to Terra Luna. This is the trader's game that's going on right here. If you are an experienced trader and you understand the risk, you can make a fortune off of Terra Luna and the stable coin with this volatility going on. Don't even look at this as long-term holding. Rocket Pool is down 20.9. CETH down 16.3. Ethereum. Now, isn't this interesting though? After the merge, Ethereum still dropped 16.2%. Ravencoin is down 15.4. Flow down 14.4. So a lot of tokens still had a bad week. Just a few that's in the positive. And we're talking double-digit red here. All right, one of the projects a lot of members in the community invested in is called Nugen Coin. Let's take a look at the LBank exchange and see what's going on with LBank. Spot trading. All right, pull up Nugen. They had an update call the other day, but they just played the previous week's update call. But they also announced a partnership with a bank. I'll pull that up in a second. So Nugen is sitting at 14, almost 15 cents. The sell order book is still strong at about 17 cents. There isn't much buying going on, only down to 12 cents. So we still have a whole lot more sellers than buyers. So this is still really not moving anywhere, but there was some movement activity on the project itself. And let's see. Right now, this LBank, usage of crypto in day-to-day. Where is that? Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. Nugen official. I want the Nugen update. Here we go. Okay. I have not watched this video. Apparently, a YouTuber named Crypto Moonlight dropped a nice video that everybody is loving. So I'll take a look at that later. But there is a new partnership here. Nugen Coin and Neo Nugen partnership news featured in BSC.news. And what is this? Binance downloads soar in India. Yeah. That's not the one I was looking at. Not that. What's this first? BNB centralized. Oh, was it the Nugen Coin partners with Neobank? Okay, here it is. Nugen listed in top crypto media sites. So this is all good stuff because you want to see exposure going on. I see they paid for advertising. So that's at least we know they're spending the money where it's supposed to be to get in front of the eyeballs. However, this is still, they have not dropped the liquidity in the blockchain. So as an outsider looking in on this is still private sale that's going on. There's far more than 380 address holders. But this is the reason why you don't see new investors coming in, because they don't think the project is anything yet. So until Nugen releases this, you're not going to see much movement, which means that it is a good opportunity to buy at this price. 14 freaking cents. It came out at 75 cents. So 14 cents is a huge bargain. All right, so let's get into the Ethereum merge. Let's see here. Ethereum merge explained. How many of you guys own Ethereum or have bought Ethereum in your lifetime? Type me in the chat box. How many of you don't know what Ethereum is? You don't know the difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin. You don't know the difference between the blockchains. Why one does one thing and one does something else. No, we in our Facebook, not Facebook, our founders class, we talked about the other night coins versus tokens. Ethereum has a much bigger use case and value than Bitcoin does. In fact, some of the biggest investors out there, have more Ethereum in their portfolio than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is really just a store of value. It's digital gold. But for practical everyday type use, Ethereum is the coin. So Ethereum Merge explained what investors should know about the shift to proof of stake. So first we got to know, what is proof of work? Have you ever heard people say, where's my my wife run off with my money? Here we go. So we heard people, let me tell you, hear people say, cash is king, right? This is the real money because it's backed by the government. It's backed by trust. Some people even say it's backed by gold. But they don't even realize, like my brother, who was born in 1978 and still thought that the dollar was on the gold standard. And the gold standard was removed in 1971, 7 years before he was even born. But you got a lot of Americans out there that are not financially literate. And my brother is he's Dr. Ivy. Okay, he's got a doctorate. But that doesn't mean we know money, financial literacy. It's not taught in school. So we still think that cash is king, is always going to be. But the government can print this whenever they want, just out of thin air. Whenever they print more money, did they find more gold to back it up? No, they just print more money. And when you print more money, what happens to the money that's already out there? The value of it goes down because there's more of it. Supply, demand. But with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is not just built out of thin air. It was created through a process. And that process means manpower. It means time. It takes energy. It takes software. All of that is paid for. That's called proof of work. In other words, when an action is done and completed, the reward is the Bitcoin. Without that action, there's no Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the first real world hard money, digitized, hard money. This is soft money. It's not even the Federal Reserve tells you that this isn't even real. There's 3 forms of money. This is just one of them. So Bitcoin is real because of proof of work. Ethereum, proof of work. But now Ethereum is doing something different. Ethereum is shifting from proof of work to proof of stake. So let's talk about this. Well, according to the article, a historic overhaul of the second largest blockchain network is complete, but questions remain, and we've got answers. Ethereum, the second largest blockchain network, completed its transition to a new system for processing transactions on September 15th, 2022. The network's shift from proof of work to proof of stake has been years in the making. However, shifting timelines, mixed plans, and mixed messages from Ethereum's core developers have raised fundamental questions about what it all means. Will Ethereum fees decrease? Will the price of Ether, the network's native currency, increase? And why should I even care? Okay, I'm gonna attempt to answer these questions real quick, and then we'll see what this says. Will Ethereum fees decrease? Yes. Now, all of this is in my opinion over time, not tomorrow. Will the price of Ether go up? Yes. I have a goal that I see Ethereum one day being worth $40,000 a coin. What is it worth right now? $1,400. I see it going to $40,000 a coin in the next 3 to 5 years. The network's native, will the network's native currency increase? Yes. Why should I even care? Because everybody's going to be using this model, and you're going to be impacted whether you like it or not. It's inevitable. So what is the merge? Well, the merge represents the Ethereum network shift to proof of stake, its new system, also called a consensus mechanism for authenticating crypto transactions. The new system replaces proof of work, the more power hungry mechanism pioneered by Bitcoin. So, proof of work, you've got these machines that is solving a mathematical problem. And once it's solved, it creates the blockchain that is storing all the data. And once that block fills up, that block closes, and Bitcoin is the reward. That's proof of work. Proof of stake is a different way of authenticating, where you don't need that hardware or software. The stakers are validating transactions and getting paid for it. Ethereum already has a proof of stake network called the Beacon Chain, introduced in 2020, but it is not used for processing transactions. For now, it's essentially just a staging area for computers operating the Ethereum network to prepare for the proof of stake upgrade. Ethereum's full transition to proof of stake requires merging the beacon chain, called the consensus layer, with Ethereum's proof of work mainnet, the execution layer. So you got consensus, and then you got execution. How does proof of stake differ from proof of work? Pay close attention, guys. 95% of people in crypto don't know the difference. You're about to learn the difference. How do they differ? Well, proof of stake and proof of work differ in how they decide who has, you know what, in fact, let me ask it. If you understand, I want to ask this question. If you don't know the difference, no, I don't want to embarrass you. If you do know the difference between proof of stake and proof of work, type proof of stake. Type proof of stake. If you really understand the difference. If you don't, that's okay. We all had a day one. In my early days, I didn't even know what proof of stake was. And I barely understood proof of work. It took me to get my head wrapped around proof of work. It took me about a year, almost a year. I didn't fully get in until maybe January 2018, when I fully understood what does proof of work actually mean, because we were still over, is Bitcoin real money or is cash still king? What's the difference? What's the difference between government just printing up money and then the Bitcoin? 21 million ever in existence, supply, demand. Why, I didn't get my head wrapped around it. And it took me a year to do so. There's people that's in crypto right now that still don't get it. But the thing about crypto is you don't have to understand it to make money. But I will tell you this, lack of education, you're going to lose all your money eventually. You're going to lose it all. You're going to get caught up in these stupid crypto scam companies. They're going to be promising you this and guaranteeing you this. You're going to follow the wrong leader in something, and you're looking at it for the wrong reason. So it's okay if you don't understand it yet. That is why you want to learn it. Proof of stake. So proof of stake and proof of work differ in how they decide who has the right to record the next block of transactions on the network. In today's proof of work system, Ethereum miners compete to publish blocks by racing to solve cryptographic puzzles, much like in Bitcoin. In the upcoming proof of stake system, validators that stake lock up at least 32 Ether, which means you got to have about $50,000 to play the game with the network, are randomly selected to create blocks. The more Ether one stakes, the more likely one is to be selected. In both systems, the miner validator that wins a block is rewarded with a mix of transaction fees and newly minted Ether. Proof of stake validators also receive rewards for doing their activities to help secure the network. So here's the thing though, right now, this is why you got the best opportunity. Whoever can afford to have 32 Ether right now and never spend it and just lock it up, $50,000 worth, do you realize what that's going to be worth in 5 years? If I believe that Ethereum is going to go to $40,000 a coin, 32 times 40,000, how many people, once that happens, will be able to afford to be a part of this validator's system? How much money are they going to be making validating all the transactions going through Ethereum? This 50,000 worth is going to end up being worth to you multiple millions down the road. See, the only problem in crypto is everybody's trying to get rich in the first 24 hours. That's not how this works. You've got to look at the next 3 to 5 years on what's taking place. So in both systems, the miner validator that wins a block is rewarded with a mix of transaction fees and newly minted Ether. Proof of stake validators also receive rewards for doing other activities to help secure the network. So when did the merge happen? You know, I'm going to have to create a lesson off of this one. Proof of work versus proof of stake. What's the difference? So people can understand that. So when did the merge happen? The merge didn't have a hard date and time it would finally occur. Hey, I didn't have anything scheduled tonight. Proof of stake versus proof of work. It's not that long. I don't know. I might do something special tonight. We'll see. The merge didn't have a hard date and time it would finally occur. Here's why. Each block on Ethereum's proof of work network carries a difficulty number representing how hard miners must work to add it to the network. Instead of kicking it in at a specific date, the merge was scheduled to take effect once the cumulative difficulty of all mined Ethereum blocks hits a certain number, the total terminal difficulty. Okay, that's interesting. TTD, total terminal difficulty. In August, Ethereum's core developers set the TDT at, well, what is that, 58 quadrillion, which was reached September 15th. Is proof of stake better than proof of work? That's right, Provis. I'm gonna have to do something special on that one. I do have a lesson about proof of work. I don't know if that's in the advanced side, but I don't think I have one course just on proof of work versus proof of stake. But now that Ethereum is doing it, let me share something else with you guys too. One major difference that sets ILCA, our community, apart from any other crypto education out there. I was just having a talk with my CMO this morning about this. People say, Brandon, why should I pay for your crypto education when I can just go to YouTube and Google? I can go to Udemy. And I didn't even think of it this way. But a new leader that might be coming on board brought this up. Said that most of those are outdated information. You're looking at information that can change every 30 days. The difference with us is the videos that I have, I update them. Like we're on version actually 3.0 of Bitcoin 101. This is the current right now. If you bought my crypto education 2-3 years ago, it's not the same. We're on 3.0 version. But then I do this live and I do crypto talks every day because the industry is always changing. You got to stay up to date with what's going on. I see people out there talking about something that's 2 or 3 years old. That's the one thing that separates us. I do this for a living. This is my day to day. So anyways, that's enough self-plug. So is proof of stake better than proof of work? There are trade-offs. According to the Ethereum Foundation, the nonprofit that funds Ethereum ecosystem development, proof of stake will cut Ethereum's energy usage by around 99.95%. Stop right there. That alone is everything. Proof of stake will cut Ethereum's energy usage by around 99.95%. Do you think that's not going to get Elon Musk's attention? See, he manipulates the crypto market all the time. It was last year or the year before when he said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna now, we're offering Bitcoin for to purchase Teslas." And then when the environmental community jumped on, and said, "Wait a minute, you're all about electric vehicles, yet Bitcoin is using up all this energy." So then he backtracked and said, "Oh no, 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 we're not going to do that. We're going to wait till there's a more energy, efficient crypto out there." So everybody that's in the green project already started getting excited. But now this whole proof of stake thing, Ethereum pulls it off. Don't you think all the others are going to do the same thing? And I'm curious to see at what point, if at all, Bitcoin or a fork of Bitcoin moves to proof of stake. But cutting energy usage by 99.95%? Proof of stake advocates also argue that proof of work mining centralizes control in the hands of those who can afford to buy fancy crypto mining rigs. Okay, wait, hold up. You can't say that. Then at the same time say the only way you can be a part of the proof of stake consensus is if you own 35 Ether, which is $50,000. All right. If you're going to say one thing, then you got to say the other. Yeah. Not everybody can afford to buy fancy crypto mining rigs, but not everybody's got $50,000 lying around to participate in the proof of stake. And what happens when that mining rig, because think about this, the mining rigs of Bitcoin in the beginning was your laptop computer at home or your gaming rig. Well, that's no longer the case. You can't use that today. So if you still need 32 Ether right now at $1,000 each, 4 or 5 years from now, what happens when Ethereum is at $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 a coin? Then that means only a small amount of individuals who can afford it will be part of the proof of stake mechanism, which means that's centralized control in the hands of those who can afford it. So you can't use that argument. And I'm telling you guys that because you guys, I'm not a cheerleader for nothing except my own company. All right. I don't care if I put $100,000 on a project. I will call them out if they're doing something stupid and shady. Yeah, I want it to succeed, but I'm not, my head is not in the clouds. So I'm going to call it both ways. They say proof of stake, which hands network control to those who stake crypto with the network, makes attacks economically infeasible and self-defeating. That is true. Proof of work proponents counter that proof of stake staking carries its own centralization. Oh, there we go. I just said that. And security risks, making it possible for malicious actors to directly buy control of the network. Oh, yeah, that's kind of true. But isn't that the same way with the mining? I mean, if somebody can buy control by spending $50,000, the same individuals can buy mining rigs that average people can't afford to do. So I wouldn't use that argument too much. They also point out that proof of stake is a less battle tested system than proof of work. Well, it's brand new. I mean, they're just doing it, which has proven resilient as the backbone of the two largest blockchain networks. That's true, but that's like saying like Blockbuster. Yeah, you know what? We're not Netflix. Get out of here. We're not gonna be doing no sending videos through the mail and streaming because we got AOL dial up. You can't stream anyway. The file's too big. And by the way, our model works. The Hollywood video and Blockbuster video model is a huge success. People get off work on a Friday, they pick their kid up from school, they go straight to the Blockbusters. They like to walk up and down the aisle to pick out their favorite movie, get there first before they're sold out. Get your Twizzlers and popcorn and have a Friday night evening at home with the family. That model works, and that model was the bomb. I was a kid. I couldn't wait. We had a system of rotation. My mom was a huge Western fan. So every Wednesday night, We called it, it was our pizza night and cowboy night. So my mom would pick me and my brother up from school. We go down to Blockbuster. Since it was the middle of the week, nobody was there. They're only there for the weekend. We pick out our favorite Western movies, and I've seen every single one. Everyone. Didn't realize until later how racist all that stuff was, but we enjoyed every single one, and we enjoyed that process. My brother would get his Twizzlers, I would get the popcorn, go home, watch the movies, and then we drop off in the drop-off box the next day. Yeah, that model worked, but guess what? Technology changed. Now it's all about Netflix. And not just Netflix, but streaming services. Now, of course, there at the beginning they said, "Well, there's no evidence that this is going to work." I mean, it hasn't been battle tested yet. Whenever I see that, that means that lets me know, oh, this is at the very beginning. This is when you want to get in on it. Yeah, it can fail. Of course, it could fail. What if it works? And you're the first. Will Ethereum fees decrease after the merge? They say no. Ethereum transaction fees are not expected to change as a result of the merge. Future network updates like dank sharding and proto dank sharding may help to address Ethereum's high network fees, but these updates are not expected until 2023 at the earliest. I disagree. I disagree. The reason why is because I go back to this right here. It's going to cut Ethereum's energy usage by 99.95%. Do you know what that also means? That means you're going to have more people in the proof of stake network than in the proof of work network. And that means if you have more validators, more authenticators, more consensus, the network speeds up. When the network speeds up, the fees come down because there's no blockage taking place. Again, that is my personal opinion. You don't need to wait for some update in 2023. I could be wrong, but I just use common sense. Okay. The main salve for Ethereum's transaction fees, fee woes remains rollups. Third-party networks like Arbitrum and Optimism that bundle up transactions and process them separately from Ethereum's mainnet. Again, it's about speed. Speed. Will Ethereum transaction speeds increase after the merge? They say barely. I disagree. Not tomorrow. Remember, again, when I look at things, I'm looking at the next 3 to 5 years, not next week. So barely. On average, Ethereum blocks are issued once every 13 or 14 seconds in today's proof of work system. After the merge, POS blocks will be issued in regular 12-second intervals. This is not an improvement that most users will notice, and it still places Ethereum behind rival blockchains networks like Solana and Avalanche, though well ahead of Bitcoin, where a new block is mined every 10 minutes on average. Just like with transaction fees, those looking for improved transaction speeds will need to look to Ethereum's third-party rollups. Will the merge increase the price of Ether? No. The price of Ether will increase due to supply and demand over time, not because of the merge. It's hard to say. With so many variables and unknowns, it is impossible to predict what will happen to Ethereum's token price as a result of the merge. The Ethereum community has for years positioned the merge as a massive upgrade to the network's core technology. Along with addressing concerns about the network's environmental impact, Proof of Stake will introduce a new form of utility for Ethereum's native Ether token in the form of staking. It will also decrease the rate at which Ethereum is issued, which could be a boon for its price. A boon for its price. But not everyone is sure that the merge will boost the price of Ether. The update may already be priced in the market. There is also a risk, however small, that the merge will run into hiccups or that proof of stake will prove less secure than proof of work in the long run. Well, we'll see. It hasn't been done yet, so we don't know. So this is a risk. It's a risk that's going on. We'll see what happens. Just like Netflix coming out and their model was risky. But I always say, you guys, where the crypto industry is today is where the internet was in the 90s. And what do we have? We had AOL dial up. And the cool thing was high speed internet. High speed internet is a joke today because we've got Wi Fi and all that stuff now. But back then, it was all about, oh, if you get high speed internet. Ooh. So that means in the future, this whole blockchain stuff and crypto stuff, we're not even going to recognize it compared to where it is right now, especially after the crypto storm comes. And I'll bring that up in a second. Can I become an Ethereum validator or staker? Yes, if you have some ETH. Yes, you can stake 32 Ether and earn rewards. We've got a detailed explainer on staking Ether here. Okay, you know what? I am going to do something special tonight. I'm going to go over proof of stake, proof of work versus proof of stake, and top questions about proof of stake and staking. So I will do something special tonight. So staking requires some know-how. If you screw up or go offline, your stake can be slashed, i.e. reduced. Those with less blockchain experience can stake via centralized services like those offered by Coinbase Coin or Kraken. In addition to handling the technical nitty-gritty, these services, in exchange for a cut of users' rewards, open up staking to those with less than 32 ETH. Also popular for those with less than 32 ETH are liquid staking pools like Lido and Rocket Pool. In other words, they still need 32 ETH. You're just going in a pot with others, and you're splitting the results. I don't know how long they're going to allow that before they may think that that's illegal to do in the United States, because the United States, the SEC, they hate pooling stuff. They hate that unless they consider you. Are you registered with them? But this is still the wild, wild west. So I fully expect, every year there's a flavor of the month in or flavor of the year in crypto. Because of this, I'm going to make a spoiler alert, not a prediction, but a spoiler alert. There's going to be some crap scam crypto companies that's going to come out talking about pooling Ethereum staking rewards and have a recruiting model behind it. Mark my words, sometime in 2023, you're going to start seeing these new things pop up. Ooh, get into this staking Ethereum. You only need one Ethereum to be a part of it. We guarantee you're going to get the da 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 da. Mark my words, that's going to happen. What is happening to staked Ether after the merge? Staked Ether will stay locked up with the network until around 6 to 12 months after the merge. At that point, those who have staked Ether themselves will be able to withdraw their stake along with whatever rewards it has accrued. So think about that. You're locking it up for 6 to 12 months. Those who stake via centralized staking services or pools will need to keep an eye out for announcements on how withdrawals will be handled. This is going to be hella risky. I'm already predicting people are going to lose a whole lot of money off this because you're putting it into a centralized hands of some group or some person. They're going to run off with everybody's Ether if things get bad. Do Ethereum users or Ethereum holders need to take any action now that the merge has happened? No. If you hold Ethereum today, you won't need to claim new proof of stake ETH or ETH2 tokens. Your balance will remain exactly the same after the merge, and you'll be able to resume using the network as if nothing has changed. While Ethereum users will not need to take any action come the merge, Ethereum software providers and node operators, the computers that operate the Ethereum network, will need to update their software to ensure they are communicating with the latest version of the network. So what's all this noise about proof of work forks Oh, didn't I just say that? Proof of work forks? What if Bitcoin does that? Or if Ethereum does that instead? You end up having two Ethereums, one that's proof of work and one that's proof of stake. Will I receive free coins if I hold Ethereum? Some Ethereum miners, reluctant to let go of the network's old consensus mechanism, announced plans to fork or form a splinter network from Ethereum's POW chain. From what we can tell so far, these miners intend to just clone the main blockchain, balances and all, and continue operating their own proof of work versions of Ethereum post merge. As of September 16th, is not going great. So they must have their own version of a Craig Wright in there that's saying, no, 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 we want to keep the old version. If you hold Ethereum before the merge, you may automatically receive a balance of tokens on these new POW forks. The process of claiming these tokens will differ depending on the chain. If you hold Ethereum on a centralized exchange like Coinbase, the exchange will need to list forked tokens in order for you to claim your share, and it's not at all clear if they will. But buyers beware. Some forked Ether tokens might have value immediately following the merge, but leaders in the Ethereum community warn that POW Ethereum forks will just be thinly veiled cash grabs. In other words, the people that's going to do a fork is going to pull a pump and dump. So be careful with that. They're saying it might be, and just by them saying this, it's going to pump and dump. As soon as the fork happens, sell your fork coins because that's the highest value it's going to get. So yeah, I wouldn't look too much into that. Ethereum proof of work forks gift or grift. Oh, that might be interesting. Did the Ethereum network pause for the merge? No. The merge happened instantaneously after the final proof of work block is mined. From that point forward, the network continued to operate with the issuance of the first POS block. Ethereum users do not need to take any action to upgrade to the POS chain. What's on the Ethereum roadmap after the merge? Well, after the merge, Ethereum's core developers will continue working on the open source network as they did before, with improvements to network fees and speeds and security slated for the months and years ahead. One focus for developers post-merge will be sharding, which aims to expand Ethereum's transaction throughput and decrease its fees by spreading network activity across several shards, almost like lanes on a highway. Updates of this sort were initially slated to accompany the merge, originally called Ethereum 2.0 or ETH2. This could actually kind of slow things down a little bit. Because think if you're when you drive on a freeway and you ever see freeway construction, and let's say you're on a 5-lane highway, and they decide to shut down 2 of the lanes, and they always want to do this during rush hour traffic, never during off hours. But they shut down 2 of the lanes. It's like every time I go to Houston or Dallas, maybe the last 10 years, it's like every time I'm on those freaking freeways, is it ever getting finished? Always constant construction. It's like never done. But they shut down 2 lanes. What happens to the 3 lanes there? It backs up. It starts slowing up. And then they open those 2 lanes and shut down the other 3. So now you got to move to the other ones. Well, they're talking about the same thing here. So I think if they do sharding, I don't know. I'm not a programmer, but common sense tells me that's going to slow things down a little bit. Also on the roadmap is enshrined proposer-builder separation, which will separate the builders that add transactions to blocks from the proposers who put them forward for approval from the wider network. PBS is pitched as a way to help tackle Ethereum's maximal extractable value problem. So what happens to proof of work miners post the merge? Well, after the merge, Ethereum miners, many of whom have invested in fancy mining optimized computers, will be unable to mine new blocks on the network. Many miners will abandon mining and stake Ether to earn rewards on the POS network. For those who wish to put their mining hardware to continued use, they'll need to move to another proof of network like Ethereum Classic. Some miners also plan to create a forked version of the proof of work blockchain, basically a clone of the blockchain that still runs using the old miner-friendly system. It is unclear whether these chains will gain enough traction to become lucrative for miners in the long term. The answer is no, it will not. They need to. That's like blockbuster video trying to keep moving forward. It's dead and gone. Time to move on. All right. So I hope you guys have a clear understanding now of the merge, what it means, what you should do, what's happening. And tonight, I will at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, I'll do another live just like this, but we're going to cover proof of work versus proof of stake. What's the difference? And top questions about proof of stake and wait, not that one. Wait, yeah, Ethereum, proof of work, forks, gift or grip. But we'll cover these three. Top questions about proof of stake and staking answered, and also is the proof of work forks gift or grift? So those are the three things we're gonna cover tonight. So I hope you guys learned something new. As always, that is the point of crypto. Dang, I'm sitting here all scrunched up. That is the point of our crypto talks to get you guys exposed. What's also happening next is we invite you to be a part of our ILCA community. We invite you to be a part of this community. Not only that, taking pictures, explain it back. Yeah, that's right. So how do you be a part of the community? Well, guess what? We have a 5-day challenge coming up, September 26th. For 5 days at no cost, you're going to learn about the fundamentals of what Bitcoin, crypto, and blockchain is all about. 1 hour a night, we're going to cover a specific topic. And we're doing something different this month. We're starting off with what is cryptocurrency on night 1. Then we're going to go into night 2. What is the blockchain? Night 3, who was Satoshi Nakamoto? Night 4, unlocking crypto. What is a wallet? What's the difference? How do I store it? How do I buy it? Security. And then day 5, about strategy. You want to make money in crypto? Here's the different opportunities that you can use. And we'll talk about those of you who want to continue your crypto education. Those of you who want the day-to-day crypto updates like I do on Crypto Talks. And if you want to be in the 5-day challenge, go to ilcachallenge.com. ilcachallenge.com to register for the 5-day challenge. Again, there's no cost. You will see an opportunity to upgrade to a VIP because VIPs get a whole lot more for one time, $97. And by doing that, you also become a promoter for ILCA, which means if you know other people who need crypto education, which is everybody, well, you're going to get paid if they join the ILCA community. I'm not selling mining rigs and nodes and staking and coins and trading bots. We sell picks and shovels, crypto education. That's never going away. There is no exit scam. There is no people losing. It is impossible to lose money in ILCA because you're getting educated. And that information is priceless. So you're tired of being all those crap companies losing money, then you can have a foundation in our community. And now you have the knowledge and know what to do. But then we have our day-to-day, like this crypto talk is open to everybody, but 4 days a week is just for our inner circle. So for $29, you get the ILCA secrets, ilcasecrets.com. So you can get crypto talk daily, well, 4 days a week, just for the inner circle community. And then, I've been doing a series. The series is called The Crypto Storm is Coming. The crypto storm is coming, and most people are not prepared for it. And it is going to wipe out the majority of people currently in crypto. It's not going to kill the crypto industry, but it will look like it's dead. All the critics, I don't like to call them haters because they're not a hater. They just don't understand it. All the critics are going to be dancing and doing the jig and thinking that, yeah, I was right all along. This crypto stuff is dead and gone, and it is not. But those who survive, you're going to see those companies are going to become the biggest companies in the world, just like what happened with the dot-com bubble burst. And you had Amazon that came out of that. You had Alibaba that came out of that. Then all of a sudden you next had Facebook and Twitter and Google and YouTube that came out of that. The biggest companies in the world are going to come after the crypto crash when it takes place. The storm is coming. My next series is going to be on October 1st, Saturday night. Just like I'm doing a Saturday night special tonight for everybody, I'm only doing that for our founding members. Founding members only. People pay me $3,000 to $5,000 for a whole Saturday event sharing this type of information. You've got to be a founding member of ILCA, and that costs. I have a discount right now. It's only $9.97. I'm going to show you how to put Fort Knox lock on your crypto portfolio. Does that guarantee you're not going to lose any money? No, but it will at least minimize your risk. You will lose money in this space. Accept it. I don't care who you are, how much knowledge you have, how educated you think you are, you will lose money in this space. But your education will minimize your losses. Okay. You'll be able to keep going forward and not losing your savings account and everything else. So that is going to be on October 1st. Let me make sure that's right, that date. Yes, Saturday, October 1st, that night. You got to be a founding member. The discount is $9.97. If you're a prior student of mine, if you've purchased crypto from me in the past, if you're a part of any of the companies that hired me to be their crypto coach, I'm giving it to you for half off, $500. So that means those people from KGX, Cryptogenics, Economics, Twin Turbo, iLearning Crypto, Crypto Global, WCL, all those companies, you get it for half off, $500 prior student pricing. So that's what we got coming up. And tomorrow night, I will be doing an opportunity call for ILCA for those of you who want to make money. That will also be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And let me do I have the link for that? Oh yeah, it's the People's Money Challenge link. And of course I don't have that Zoom in front of me. I will put that link up tonight and get that out there, or send me a private message and I'll get you the Zoom link for tomorrow night. But I will stream it as well. So it will be a Zoom/streaming event at the same time. Opportunity call, or you know what? Let me think back about that. I will not do it through Zoom. I'll just do stream. I'll stream it just like today. That way, the most people can get on it. YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So same time tomorrow night as tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And do you know what the Federal Reserve has said? 46% of all people in crypto in America are earning more than $100,000 a year or more. That's almost a 50-50 chance if you get educated and you're in crypto, $100,000 a year. Well, I've created that. If you were to share ILCA with 100 people, you would earn more than $100,000 over the course of 12 months. Think about that. If you were to, and they bought everything that ILCA has to offer, that's how much you would earn over the course of 12 months. So I'll be showing that tomorrow. All right, everybody, take care. Bitcoin Brandon out. I'll see you all tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And we're going to be talking about staking versus proof of work, proof of stake versus proof of work. Take care, everybody. Have a great Saturday. Bye-bye.